Today, we're going to dive into the mind of a student who is under an absolutely crushing amount of pressure. But this story is told through the unique lens of a rap song. And trust me, this isn't just about cramming for a test. It's a hilarious, kind of tragic journey into procrastination, desperation, and what happens when your quick fix solution goes completely and utterly wrong.
So, right from the jump, we are dropped directly into our protagonist's head. There's no build-up, no introduction, just this immediate confession of feeling, well, like a slug god. This one line just perfectly sets the tone for the slow-motion crisis that's about to play out.
All right, so this first section is all about setting the scene. We're going to get to know our protagonist and really understand the massive challenge he's up against, this feeling he calls being a slug god. So first things first, what in the world is a slug god? Well, it's way more than just feeling tired or a little distracted. Think about it. It's that state of total mental gridlock. You know the feeling, when your brain just feels like it's turning to sludge right when you need it to be sharp? It's such a perfect way to describe the paralysis that comes with procrastination.
And you can just feel the walls closing in here. He's got the textbook right in front of him, but his mind totally fogged. There's a grad job hanging in the balance, a super complex paper on the Neoplatonic era is due, and that vague sense of dread in the back of his mind is starting to become real, crystal clear terror. I mean, the pressure's coming at him from every single angle.
So that's the outside world. But let's be honest, that's only half the story. Now we're moving on to the internal battle, because this is where the real fight is happening, inside his own head.
And man, you can just feel the frustration in this line, can't you? He's putting in the time, he's staring at the words, but his focus just will not cooperate. He even calls it a coward, like it's this separate thing that runs and hides right when he needs it to be brave. He is trying, you know? It's just that his own mind is actively fighting against him.
And all this struggle, it just completely crushes how he sees himself. He looks in the mirror and he doesn't see a smart, capable student. He sees a lesser man, a failure, who's defined by what he can't do. So the problem isn't just the paper anymore. Oh no, this has become a full-blown crisis of confidence.
So, you're faced with this mountain of self-doubt. The clock is ticking. What do? Well, our guy does what so many of us might do. He looks for a shortcut, a quick fix that promises to make it all go away.
And here it is. This is the turning point. He buys a pill, this thing that's supposed to be a performance enhancer, his ticket out of this mess. But listen to the words he uses right away. No chemistry, a medical effigy. You get the sense he already knows deep down that this remedy isn't the real deal.
And the difference between what he wanted and what he got is just, wow, it's massive. The expectation was he'd become this prodigy of productivity, a dynamo of diligence. The reality? He's just sitting, fidgeting, feeling completely intellectually impotent. The miracle cure was a total dud. He just absolutely roasts this pill in the lyrics. It's a fraudulent forgery, a chalky, talky wannabe. He even jokes it's probably just Brondo, you know, that useless sports drink from the movie Idiocracy. It's a total, complete sham, and the humor just makes the sting of getting scammed feel that much worse.
Okay, so as the realization sinks in that his one last hope was a total fake, the song's beat picks up and so does his anxiety. That dark humor starts to fade, and what's left is just pure, uncut panic.
And his thoughts just start to spiral out of control. Was this just a scam, or is he actually having a psychological break? That line between being ripped off and genuinely losing his mind gets thinner and thinner, which has got to be a terrifying place to be.
And right here, this is where the stakes completely change. It's not about the paper anymore. It's not about the grad job. The only thing that matters in this moment is his own sanity. His mental state's at stake.
This line right here just captures the absolute peak of his desperation. The idea that a lobotomy, literally having part of your brain removed, might give him more cognitive autonomy than this fake pill, well, it's the darkest joke imaginable. It's a scream that says, I am completely, hopelessly trapped inside my own head.
And in the end, he gets this moment of clarity about how absurd the whole thing is. He diagnoses the situation himself. He calls it a pharmacological comedy. And that's exactly what it is. A tragic, ridiculous performance starring him and a piece of chalk he paid $20 for.
So let's just step back for a minute and look at the bigger picture this whole dark comedy is painting for us. What is this story really telling us?
You know, this isn't just some funny story about a student cramming for an exam.
It's a really sharp commentary on how powerful the idea of a quick fix is for all of us when we feel overwhelmed. It shows that procrastination isn't usually about being lazy, it's about being terrified. The fake pill didn't cause the problem, it just held up a giant, unflattering mirror to the real issue, which was a crippling fear of failure.
So, we want to leave you with this question to think about. In those moments of intense pressure, what's the real enemy? Is it the task you have to do? Or is it that tempting, shiny promise of an easy way out that never actually works? The answer to that, well, it tells us a lot about how we all deal with the pressures of life.